stop! Before you lose hope on Pi Network, you need to hear this. Pi will not be listed on Binance anytime soon. And you know what? I'm about to tell you exactly why and when it will actually happen. Dr. Altcoin just revealed the shocking truth that no one else is talking about. Pi is generating $100 million in daily trading volume without being on major exchanges, but there's a specific reason Binance won't touch it yet. You know what? This completely changed how I see Pi's future. And if you stick around for the next 5 minutes, you'll understand why 2026 to 2027 might be the golden years for Pi holders who don't give up now. Here's the reality that will blow your mind. Binance and Coinbase are basically saying, who are you to tell us how to run our business? To Pi Network right now. You know what? Pi has mandatory KYB requirements that these giant exchanges must follow, and they hate it because they're used to calling all the shots. But here's what shocked me. I actually think Pi is playing this perfectly, even though it's frustrating us right now. Make sure you follow my Telegram and Facebook pages linked in the description because, you know what, I'm sharing exclusive Pi updates there that mainstream crypto news won't cover. And honestly, you need this insider information to stay ahead while others are giving up. But wait, there's more to this story that you need to know. And you know what, I have mixed feelings about this part. Pi Network hasn't released complete tokenomics details or a clear post-open network roadmap. Think about it from Binance's perspective. Would you list a cryptocurrency without knowing exactly how many tokens exist, how they're distributed, or what the long-term plan looks like? You know what? Honestly, this frustrates me as a Pi supporter because I believe transparency builds trust. This lack of transparency is exactly why top-tier exchanges won't even start the KYB application process. However, I also understand that Pi might be protecting their strategy from competitors. In my experience watching crypto projects, those that reveal everything too early often get copied or manipulated by bigger players. So maybe Pi's secrecy is actually smart, even though it's testing our patience. Now here's where things get really interesting. And you know what? This completely blew my mind when I saw these numbers. Despite not being on major exchanges, Pi is already generating around $100 million in daily trading volume on platforms like OKX and MEXC. Let me repeat that, $100 million daily. You know what? When I first heard this, I couldn't believe it. But after researching it myself, I'm convinced this proves something huge. There's massive market demand for Pi, making it an incredibly lucrative opportunity that other exchanges are definitely watching. In my opinion, this $100 million volume is actually more impressive than being on Binance right now because it shows organic demand without the hype machine. Several reputable exchanges, including OKX, MEXC, BitGet, Gate.io, and Pionex, have already completed Pi Network's KYB requirements, and many other businesses are currently waiting in the approval queue. I think this shows that serious exchanges are willing to play by Pi's rules when they see the profit potential. So when can you realistically expect Pi on Binance? You know what? Dr. Altcoin believes it will most likely happen around 2026 or 2027, and honestly, I think he's being realistic rather than giving us false hope like other influencers do. But here's the key. This timeline depends on Pi core team completing major milestones like mass migration, the maturity of the AI App Studio, and deployment of the $100 million Pi Network Venture Fund. You know what this means to me? Pi is building something much bigger than just another cryptocurrency. They're creating an entire ecosystem, and I believe that's exactly why it's taking longer than we expected. In my view, waiting 2-3 more years for a properly built project is better than rushing into exchanges and failing like so many other cryptocurrencies have done. I'd rather see Pi succeed long-term than get quick listings that don't last. Here's the most important part that every Pi holder needs to understand. And honestly, this is where I want to be completely real with you. If you're only here for quick flips or overnight profits, you might be missing the bigger picture. Dr. Altcoin puts it plainly. The only real way to win with Pi is by thinking long-term. And you know what? I've come to fully agree with that, especially after making some short-sighted moves in other projects that looked promising but didn't deliver because I didn't give them enough time to mature. The truth is, Pi isn't just another pump-and-dump token. It's an evolving ecosystem that's still building out its core infrastructure, real-world utility, and user base. That kind of transformation doesn't happen overnight. The most successful Pi pioneers are the ones who've stopped chasing quick hype and instead set realistic, long-term goals. They understand that real value comes from growth, adoption, and utility, things that take time to develop. It's about planting the seed now and patiently nurturing it for a bigger harvest later. If you're truly serious about Pi, it's time to shift your mindset. Too many people approach crypto like a lottery ticket, hoping for instant results. But projects like Pi Network aren't built for overnight success. They're long-term plays that reward commitment and vision. Instead of reacting to short-term price swings, ask yourself, where do you want your Pi holdings to take you by 2030? What kind of impact do you want to have within this growing ecosystem? Start thinking in 3 to 5 year timelines. That means seeing beyond the daily charts and hype cycles and focusing on the fundamentals. Pi isn't just a token, it's an ecosystem, and you can choose your role in it. Will you be a builder creating dApps or services, a holder accumulating for the future, a contributor educating and expanding the community? Once you decide what role you want to play, your decisions start aligning with a bigger vision. You begin to operate with purpose, not emotion. This kind of long-term thinking separates the noise from the real opportunities. When your mindset is built around patience, planning, and perspective, every dip becomes a potential entry point, not a reason to panic. You start seeing each development, new partnerships, exchange listings, or wallet features, not just as news, but as building blocks for the future. That's how real crypto wealth is built. Not in a frenzy, but by those who stay grounded, focused, and committed to the bigger picture. In my experience, the people who get rich in crypto are those who hold through the difficult times, not those who panic sell when things get uncertain. I personally believe that Pi's slow and steady approach, while frustrating now, will pay off massively for those of us who stay patient. You know what separates winners from losers in the PI network? It's not luck or timing, it's having the mental strength to think beyond the next few months. You know what? If this information helped clarify the PI listing situation for you, smash that like button and let me know in the comments what your 5-year Pi network goal looks like, because I genuinely want to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I'll be bringing you more exclusive PI network updates as they develop. And honestly, I think we're going to see some major announcements in the coming months. Remember, while others are losing hope and searching less for Pi content, you're getting ahead by staying informed about the real facts, and I respect you for that dedication. You know what makes the difference between successful Pi pioneers and those who give up? It's staying educated and thinking long-term.